Hi, I'm Teresa at Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Thank you for joining me today. Today I get the pleasure of showing you the new Mercedes EKKO with our very first pop top. I wanted you to see what a cool area this is to stick your kids up to sleep when you're out camping, or if it's just the two of you, this is like one of the coolest, most romantic places to hang out. We've got some really cool zip out windows up here, and it's a huge space, even for adults. So I hope that you can see the full length of this fan. I can stretch my arms out all the way to either side and have plenty of room for my legs. I can hear the frogs chirping next to me in the pond that we have here at Transwest, and I just don't want to leave this place. It's so fun and cool. Now, if it's wintertime, you're probably not going to want to hang out up here, so we'll check out the rest of the EKKO if you insist. So you'll notice that there's a really great ladder here. This does collapse, and it can be put away in the garage that's outside of the EKKO, or we can just lay it on the bed for now. That's what I'm gonna do for the sake of time in this video. But one of the great improvements that have been made on the Sprinter EKKO is that we've got more room. So this back bed is 80 inches long, almost long enough for this whole ladder to lay here, but we'll get to this area. Actually, let's just do it while we're here. This bed is really nice, new and improved, great mattresses, and underneath the mattress you can see we have that Froley system that Winnebago likes to use so much. But these new covers are kind of like a felt feeling, very soft and washable, but underneath they have this really great mattress going on, so this is going to be a really comfortable place to sleep. Now this is going to be a king-size bed when you put it all together. So this piece here, which can also be used as like a cup holder, place to put your things while you're watching TV or hanging out at night, that piece is nice and hard. So you can flip it on this side if you want to use it as a cup holder or play cards there or something like that. Or you can flip it over and it becomes part of this bed assembly, and it just lays right in here. So a lot of people that have these like to sleep side to side rather than lengthwise. So you can totally do that, and it's a comfortable sleeping place. I'm gonna get rid of this so I can show you some of the storage that we've got under here too. So up here on either side, of course, we have a cabinet for you to store some things. Really great hinges that stay open so you can get in there and not have to worry about it falling down on you. And they're felt lined, so they're gonna be noise dampening and help things to not move around a lot when you're in transit. We do have 110 outlets, USB ports, and 12 volts back here as well. And then we also have them on the outside place here. So little hole here that you can take out. And this is what I would do if I had a sleep apnea machine. Plug it in here, set it up here, and then have the cording come down so you can sleep really nicely at night. And then we do have these nice reading lights on either side. They have a blue light so that you're not going to bother whoever's sleeping next to you. And then of course we have the air conditioning unit right here in the ceiling in the bedroom. Quiet, low profile, but it's going to help keep you cool. Now, one of the other great things about this EKKO, as well as the Ford Transit EKKO, they're extremely well insulated, and they are the only RV that I know of that really will advertise to be a 4-season motorhome. So they're so confident in their the heating system, the water tanks being well insulated, having heat pads, but mostly the insulation that they have going on throughout the whole coach, that they're confident enough to say that you can take this out skiing, you can take it out to Moab, and you're going to be comfortable either way. So I love that this was one of the very unique things out there that you can actually do that with. Another thing that's really great about these is these dual pane acrylic windows, and they open in a really great way. So I'll show you that real quick. You can set them open at different stages, and we're having a very windy day here in Frederick. So I'm just gonna do this real quick, but there's just a little bit open, and then you can open it all the way out to 90 degrees. And then you have to release them and get them down like that. So those are on either side of the bed. We've got one in the kitchen. We've got them spread throughout this coach. They also have an integrated screen here, so you don't have to listen to banging from a screen or blinds. And then we have an integrated full darkening shade there as well. Up here we have a really great max fan. What that's going to do is suck the air out of here really quickly. It's like an attic fan. And I'll tell you what, when I've used these on a summer day here, it totally changes the temperature of a coach in, I'm going to say 20 seconds or less. It just sucks that hot air out so that the cool air can get flowing, and just, it's a very energy efficient way to get it done. We do have a place over here that you could mount a TV if you wanted to have cable added to this or something like that. You can do that there. That's set for you to be able to hang that. This particular one does not have a TV in the bedroom, but we do have one in the front, which we'll get to in a minute. But I did want you to see the storage on either side of this. It's going to be almost equal, but we have a drawer on either side, and those are exactly the same size. And then we have hanging closets on the underneath part of both of these sides. Now, the one directly across here has a bunch of microwave components and extra things like that, so it's a little more cluttered, but it's pretty much the same amount of space there. And then you also can lift this piece, and there's just a little bit more storage on either side there, but also access from the top of what you have going on in those other spaces. All right, obviously privacy curtain, which it didn't have in the last year model, which was on the Ford chassis. So great addition. Moving into the kitchen area, we do have a convection microwave oven. So you can bake cookies, pizza in here. You can put your baking pans and things up in this space up here. Again, felt lined. It's hard, you can't see it obviously, but up there to keep from noise getting going all around the coach. And then we have some adjustable shelves in this area, so you can do whatever you want with that space, but they're obviously intending it for to be like a pantry. Over here we have the new and improved ultra deep stainless steel bowl sink here. So lots of room in there. You can actually get in there with your pots and pans and wash them out. And on that Ford version of the EKKO, you had a propane cooktop. This one has an induction cooktop. And the great thing about this induction cooktop is that you can take it outside and cook with it really easily. So you can plug this into one of the many 110 outlets outside and cook outside if you wanted to bake something stinky or you just wanted to be outside. This is a great way to do that. Little bit more space in this kitchen area. There's a little extra piece in here that actually covers this piece of the this pull out, so that if you wanted to cook on that induction cooktop, you could do it right on that little piece. But I didn't want to unwrap it for the person who buys this new is going to want it nice and shiny. And then we've got some space here under the kitchen sink, and you'll notice there is a water filter under there. So no matter where you're at, your water can be clean and taste good. And then you have a water pump switch right there as well. So, a little bit more space here to put your cereal boxes or your baking sheets, whatever it is you're going to have in here. Then we have your solar charge controller. We have a space here where you can check your fresh water, your gray water, and your power. And then we have your inverter right here So you can check that out. We've got a 3,000 watt inverter on this coach. Because of the pop top, you do lose a little bit of solar. So when you have the non-pop top version, you've got 3 solar panels. This one can only have 1. There's only room for the 1, and it's not the hard solar panel. It's actually a flexible one that goes right over that pop top. So you go to 220 watts of solar on this coach. But you do have a 630 amp hour lithium battery. So I'm thinking probably plenty of energy for you on here. That is going to be charging when you're driving. You do have a second alternator here to be charging that battery as well. And then that solar, we also do have an external solar port that you can add another solar panel that you would be able to put wherever you want outside. So another option there. And then here we have your refrigerator freezer. There's your freezer space there. And for those of you who are thinking, I think I want a B van. Well, you know what? The EKKO is everything that a B van is not. Meaning you're getting the same engine, chassis, you've got the same length even compared to some B vans, but you've got tons of height in here that you're not going to get in a B van, even a conversion van. You're going to get a bigger refrigerator freezer than most every B van I've ever seen. You're going to get much larger water tanks. So we've got 52 gallons of fresh water in here, but we have complete off-grid capabilities in here as well. I haven't gotten to the engine and chassis part yet, but this is a Mercedes 4-cylinder all-wheel drive. When we get outside, you're going to see that this is a lifted coach. It's about 4 inches higher lifted than the Ford Transit version was. So you've got a lot of ground clearance going on here, so you can get to some of those off-grid places. More of what you don't get in a B van. You don't get sleeping for, actually I counted 6 in here. You could probably push it to 7, but we do have seat belts for 4. So you definitely can bring 4 people at least, if not more. So moving on, we're gonna go to the bathroom. This is one of the coolest bathrooms I've ever seen in my RV career. So right now you have your toilet, medicine cabinet, and wash your hands place, and then transformers. Now it is your shower. So in most vans you have what's called a wet bath. You literally would probably need to be sitting on the toilet, if not just touching the toilet with the back of your legs while you're taking a shower. Convenient, I guess, if you wanted to get your toilet cleaned that day as well as yourself, but this is a lot better setup in my opinion. You can get in here and be able to move around. You've got a shower curtain. It is a little bit deeper than you might think. So just for, I can come out here with a measuring tape for you, but I just want you to see that I can extend my arms. And the bathroom just feels like a bathroom space. So it's just a lot better design in my opinion. All right, we're gonna move into the living area. And I have this set up as a sofa right now. Both of these front seats do turn around. So you have really a great area here if you want to hang out with family, you want to play some games, you want to be off of your phones, not being on your computer, you want to be spending time together. This is the ideal place. This table is really good sized. And again, I can see this person, that person, this person, this person. This one maybe is going to be reaching a little farther to get to the cards, but still, these are really comfortable, nice places to sit. When the weather gets bad and you have to be inside, this is another great reason to have this area. You're going to get tired of me saying Transformers, but I am a boy mom, and I have to say this is like everything in here is so crazy how it changes and becomes a different thing. So right now, I'm going to close this just because it's kind of noisy in here. But this table pulls out pretty easily, really. Oops. Oh, and then I didn't get the bottom part out well. Let me do that. So this piece goes in that back closet that we were just looking at. But it also becomes part of the bed. So if you don't want to use the pop top, or you have too many people for the pop top, this is going to become your bed situation. And the way I would do it is slide this one over, put this one actually at an angle the other way, because it's got a little bit of a raise here. And I was laying on this earlier just to see what it felt like. It's actually really comfortable, but because the bed raises a little bit there, that would make sense to put your head there. And then the cushion that's over here, I know this is really hard to see in this small of an area, but all these pieces snap into the wall, but then you can just stick them right in here and it's ready for sleeping. And actually this is quite a long bed, way more than enough room for me. I'm not that tall, but still. So then when we go to put it back, it's really simple to do. And you can go hit the road. So you can see that you have a lap belt on this side, the passenger side of the coach. Now this table stows away really easily right in front of this kitchen area. And I'm just gonna slide it back here for now so you don't have to wait on that. But it goes in here and also snaps into place. So I'll stick it in there and I'll secure it later. Because I wanted you to see more of this area. So some of these pieces just end up on the bed in the back when you're not using them. And then you've got another configuration. So say the person that's sitting here on the road trip, they needed to get some work done or something like that. This has to get into a little lip here. So I'm gonna try to get that, there we go. So they have a little workstation that they can use going down the road. Now this seat has a 3-point seat belt. So lots of safety here, lots of usability. I tell you, Winnebago has really been listening to their customers on what they want and how they're using them. We've got USBs up here, 12 volt and 110s here as well. And they are honestly everywhere in this coach. A little bit more storage. And again, these are on these really nice hinges, hold open for you. Up over the cab area, we have a solar shade. Basically, it's going to reflect light and heat. It's also thermally insulated, so it's going to help keep it warm in the winter or cool in the summer. So that's what that is for. It goes completely across here. This particular EKKO was optioned in with an entertainment center. You don't have to have this. This one just has it, so I might as well talk about it. Little TV and sound bar here. You can, of course, play DVDs in here or CDs or Bluetooth to your sound system in here as well. And then we have more storage. And I literally cannot imagine how people could use this many 110 outlets, but they are everywhere, and that is very important. So there you go. They're there, they're here, and we of course have lights everywhere as well. I'm gonna take a quick look at the cab here, just so you know what we've got going on in here before we step outside. So we have powered seats, powered locks, powered windows. We have memory seating here, power mirrors, and heated seats as well. This is a pretty well appointed Mercedes. For those of you who don't know, a lot of different brands can buy the Mercedes chassis, and then they can decide which options they want on it. So this one was optioned in pretty fully loaded. So we've got adaptive cruise, adaptive brake assist, pedestrian assist. All of them now on this new chassis are going to have the MBUX system, which is basically your entertainment center. But it's also going to have your navigation. It's going to have your backup camera is going to populate here. You're going to have your Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth, for all of those things going on here. There's your navigation screen just came up. I wanted to look at the backup camera, so that's how clear the backup camera is. Really helpful when you're trying to park or back into a space. Also, if you're towing a vehicle of any kind, you can keep an eye on it, make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do, staying in the lane, etc. No Bluetooth device, of course, but anyway, the other great thing about this MBUX system is that you can talk to it as you would an Alexa, and say, hey, you have to say her name, hey Mercedes, navigate to the grocery store, things like that. So it will help you with all of those things, or please turn the temperature down, or switch it to my favorite radio station, things like that. It's smart enough to know how to do all of those things. Another little note that is very important, actually, the Mercedes engine has changed to a 4-cylinder this year. So they did that to make a cleaner burning fuel system. So for those of you who are concerned with gas mileage, the Mercedes already was getting the best fuel mileage of any RV that we have on our lot for sure. Now it's even a little bit better. And it does have still 211 horsepower, so even better than it was before. This is all-wheel drive now, and there's no option to not be on these EKKOs. So you're going to have an all-wheel drive Mercedes. Again, when we get outside, we can see that it's lifted and it's very capable of going off-road. To finish this area here, though, you've got these great little storage spaces across here. Now this one is the same on the passenger side with a little cup holder here, but this middle one has a wireless charging station as well as plug-ins so that you can charge all of your devices at once. They've added this rear view mirror that really isn't a mirror at all. It's another camera, so you can keep an eye on what's going on back there. Really, really handy and safe to have all these extra things. We also have up here where you can call an SOS in. You push a button there and they'll check on you and make sure you're doing okay, you're not in a ditch or something like that. And if you are, they're going to come to your rescue. So other great features that these Mercedes have. I think we're ready to go outside, and you're gonna have to bear with me. It's pretty windy out there, and I think you can probably feel that the EKKO is rocking a little bit right now, so my hair is gonna be in my eyes a little bit, but I'm sure you can handle it. So the first thing that I want you to see before we go outside is this screen door. This is like really, really stout, and for those of us who have these big dogs that get really excited to go outside, this is going to help this to not, well, it's not going to rip. I can't even imagine it ripping because it's really, really strong, but it's still going to let that air flow in. That's so important. And then you can close it off as well for when you don't want this area for the bugs and things like that. On the way out the door, we have more 110s, we have our light switches, we have our battery disconnect, which is really great to have right by the door, so you don't have to go around and make sure you turned all the lights off. You can just hit off and that'll work. You can also turn your step on and off to make sure that it's not going in and out and in and out every time that you are opening this door. It's not going to wear itself out. And then of course you can probably see there's a Carefree awning control right here. We do have a really nice awning with LED lights, and that one is powered. Right now I'm not going to put it out because the wind could tear it if I were to put it out. So we're just going to use our imaginations of what we think an awning might look like. So on the outside of the EKKO here, you'll notice there are no stripes stickers or RV looking things of any sort, you can get the decal package, but we deleted it on this particular one. We think it looks more, you know, aggressive or cool this way. It does still have the EKKO and Winnebago stickers, but that's not too much to deal with. Here's what I was talking about with this lift. This is a really nice lifted coach, so you can get a lot more clearance, get to those places you want to go off-road. Over here, of course, this is going to be your step. They also put a little handy place for your dog to get hooked up so he doesn't run off, as mine would. Under here, we've got one of our storage bays. Not very exciting to talk about, but it's really important to have. But more importantly, this is what I want you to see here. So do you see how thick this door is? That's how much insulation is in there. You've got a lot of insulation that's not just going to be keeping the coach warm or cool, it's going to be keeping your stuff at a good temperature as well, keeping it insulated. Over here, very similar sized. And then here we've got some more 110s. And then we've got more a cable hookup and 12 volt. This here is the back of your Truma Aqua Go. Now this is something I didn't talk about yet, but it's a tankless water heater. So really, really nice to have as much water as you have. So if you are hooked up at a camping site, as much as you have, it's going to be hot for you. So you can take really long showers. Not really, but because you want to get out and go, right? But you do, again, have 52 gallons of water. So a lot more than you would in any other small RV. Another great thing that Winnebago did is give you these removable propane tanks, so you don't have to go find a place that can fill up your propane tank. You can just swap them out, and that is so convenient, so much easier than having to find a place. I told you it was windy. This down here is going to be your LP Quick Connect. So if you wanted to hook up a barbecue grill, this is the place to do it. How fun. Grilling outside, being with your friends under your awning. And this is one of the biggest deals of the EKKO in general, either the Ford Transit or the Mercedes, is that you have this huge heated garage. You've got these Molly panels. They can hold 50 pounds a piece. You have one on either door here. This does open from all three spots. You've got a really great removable liner in here that you can rinse off if you get it all muddy. And then you also have places to hook these rings throughout the top and bottom here. So if you want to tie down any of your stuff, that's a great way to do it. You again have plug-ins. You of course have lights. Obviously the rear exit for this. And this is really easy to open and close because it's on shocks as well. On the back here we have your backup cameras. Then we have a towing receiver that you can tow 5,000 pounds with this, and your 7-way pin is already in there. That other entrance to the garage right here. And then this does have the bat wing awning optioned in. I'm not going to put it out today because it's too windy. But people say, well, gosh, that seems like just such a waste. And for some of us, yeah, it is going to be a waste. But if you like to work on your bikes outside, you want to put a picnic table out here, you want your dogs running around in a little fenced area, then it's not such a waste. It's actually a really, really cool thing to have. That awning will go obviously from the end of that bag to the back of the coach over here. So it's quite a bit of space. If you need a picture of that, I'm happy to get that for you. But it's actually a really clever idea. You can have shade all the way around your coach. So over here we have your water bay. Again, really well insulated, but it's also heated. So we have the ability to put the heat in here as well. We can do a gravity fill for the water, outdoor shower. You can also put your cable or satellite dish here. Very, very easy to dump your gray tank as well. Just pull that lever. For those of you who don't know, this does not have a black tank at all. What we do have, oh, before I get there, this is that external solar I promised you earlier. And this is your 30 amp if you ever happen to be plugged in somewhere. But this is what I wanted to talk about with the black. There's not really a black tank. This is a cassette toilet, and the beauty of a cassette toilet is that you can dump it wherever you're at. You don't have to be tied down in an RV park. This can come right out. It's got wheels and a handle, so you can take it to a porta potty and dump it wherever you happen to be at the time. You don't have to worry about traditional RV parks, which I know a lot of the people that want to buy something like this are not interested in staying at. Sorry about that. It is actually winterizing fluid, don't worry. But that clicks into place and you can actually lock it so nobody steals it. Down here, another storage bay. And if you're wondering about all these stickers everywhere, Winnebago does this. So for the life of this coach, you'll know the part number for this piece, and they're gonna have it. They make most of these parts themselves. So even 20 years down the line, people are able to get the cabinet door in the right color and the right size really easily because they have those stickers on them. It's pretty cool. This is not a storage space. It is a place for a water pump. So just so you know. And then here is that huge lithium battery that we talked about earlier. You can option to have a smaller battery and a generator. This one happens to have the big battery, which I think is a great idea. If you don't want to listen to a generator or smell a generator, that's the way to go for sure. And these lithium batteries, they've advanced quite a bit. They do a lot better in the weather than probably you've heard of in the past. And they really keep you going for a long time. So that's pretty much it for the new Winnebago Sprinter-based EKKO, or the Sprecko as a lot of us are calling it. I really wanted to do this special pop-top version today because this is the first one that we've gotten available. So if you have any questions about this or any of our other products, please ask for me by name. I'm Teresa Crawley at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I hope you have an awesome day.